mind that just thinks like me do something like this? Because he's not in his right mind. He doesn't think like me. He doesn't think like me. He's a crazy person who had crazy thoughts and did something crazy. That's it.
And he shoots himself.
That's just because he's a fucking coward.
I actually like when they shoot themselves, because then they're just done. You know,
You
just get rid of them.
Yeah.
We don't have to look at them anymore. We don't have to listen to them.
Oh, I want to know what their jailhouse confession is like. I don't care.
I don't want to see them dragged into court to shoot yourself.
And they do that stuff. Like the last couple of shooters that have ended up alive, a month later, whatever website will go, oh, look at the chilling jailhouse confession tapes we just got. Oh, look at them in court. I never look at them. Because who cares?
It's not interesting.
No.
The whole serial killer thing, after a while, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, some of them are interesting to find out, you know, the patterns of behavior. All right, maybe we could stop it with it. But even those guys, I've had enough of in the minds of a killer.
They're not these brilliant minds worth examining. They're just crazy
Just
assholes.
fucking dickheads who got caught.
That's it. That's it. Just people who don't know how to live in reality.
So yeah, I don't say that this is all the press's fault at all, but I do dislike them a lot, and I've disliked them for a long, long time, and I love the fact that the way the president deals with them, the things that they normally do, they can't do comfortably with him. He calls them out on what he doesn't like.
They can't ask questions.
They ask questions. I mean, they'll ask a question, and they'll ask a question with an agenda a lot of times, and a lot of times they'll call them out for things he doesn't like. And I just like seeing that. I like watching it because I don't like them.
He tends to answer questions with even more of an agenda.
Sometimes he does, yeah, but as the president, they all do it. But they're used to this fake polite relationship, and he hates them, and he can't pretend he doesn't hate them. And because they're biased, they're not doing their jobs.
Ray in Georgia, what's up, Ray?
Are you?
What I was going to say is the first thing they're going to do is say either he was a Democrat or a Republican.
Right.
And then it'll go from there. That he visited these websites, or he was spotted at a Trump rally, or he was spotted at a Hillary rally.
Yeah, that would
be the first thing.
Well, yeah, they want to figure out whether the Republicans or the Democrats want to figure out how they can blame the other side for this one. Of course, they got to figure out what his mindset was, so we can decide what the cause du jour is going to be for the weekend, and then on Monday, everybody stops talking about it.
It's not that some crazy asshole killed a bunch of people. It's, oh no, he was a Republican and he was gonna you can't even listen to the TV anymore. I refuse to watch it anymore.
Good for you, Ray.
I watch the weather, and that's all I watch.
Yeah.
I can't even deal with it anymore.
Thank you, bud. Isn't it wild that we can't just know? We can't sit here and know for a fact that regardless of everything going on, regardless of how fucking crazy all the news was yesterday before this shooting, we know that we can't put all that aside and just all be unified around the idea that this guy's a crazy asshole.
Yeah.
We know, even this, we can't all unify around the fact that guy's a dickhead.
And we know it's going to happen
again. The shooter
again.
I'm talking about.
Yeah, we know it's going to happen again.
It just happened 2 weeks ago.
People die all the time, but like, whether people are listening to this show or not, but right now there are people walking around or at work or trying to get their fucking kids ready, or they're cleaning up dog shit on 6th Avenue, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
There are people right now who are okay right now who are looking at this story.
Country bar where people
was the guy a college student or no?
They haven't said, I don't think. All they said, yeah, I don't think they've released the name.
I was in a movie. Oh, that's good. I was in a movie.
No information.
I was in a movie theater. I went and saw whatever, the Meg or whatever, and you start looking at the exits. I'm like, what do you do if somebody walks in here and starts fucking fighting? You look for the exits.
Yeah, and there was a time where you'd be like, Jim, you're being paranoid, but I mean, it's happened, and there's been nothing since then that would stop it from happening again, because we just have these roundabout conversations every time. Jason in South Carolina.
You know, look, guys, just hear me out first. I'm not a big conspiracy guy. I'm not. I know Troy is. Nope. And I just recently saw some stuff like from back in the 60s, where like the CIA was involved in this mind control experiments, these trigger words, and these hypnotized assassins. I mean, how do we know that something like that isn't still going on?
Well, to what end, though? I mean, why would you hypnotize an assassin to put on a black trench coat and go into college night at a country bar?
Well, I don't know, but maybe just to push whatever agenda they have. You know, if it is gun control, if they want to keep, you know, civilians from having guns at home, You know,
Dude, if that was it,
just,
they would have done
I
this.
just don't know.
It's not.
I get what you're saying. Thank you, Jason. But if that was what they were doing, 15 mass shootings ago, they would have done this. If all these mass shootings are a government conspiracy to try to take guns away from people, they're really fucking up because they just keep doing mass shootings.
People like to believe there's a greater power behind it because that makes us feel safer. Like, okay, then there's a way to stop it and control it. There's not. It's just a bunch of randomly mentally ill fucking people. And Tony in Cleveland,
I was going to say,
talk to Tony.
To your point, that's exactly right, because it's less scary to think that there's a government operation controlling this thing and there is some control and method behind it than it is to think there are just random people walking around doing this.
That's it.
Yeah, it's less scary. What's going on, Tony?
Not much, Danny, baby. How you doing?
Right.
You love it. Hey, listen, I'm certain that most newspapers would rather not print this dickhead's picture. The thing is that the newspaper that decided at one point to just hurl their soul into the fucking dumpster and start printing this sold more newspapers and people got to keep their jobs.
It's not, but it doesn't come to necessarily that because they can tell the story by focusing mostly on. I'm not saying don't mention the guy's name, or but it's the way they present the story.
Yeah.
Which is they're only cared like again the Rolling Stone putting that piece of garbage on the fucking front cover. Even that boyish, good-looking terrorist, the bomber.
He was a handsome guy.
Do you know what I mean? It's the way they sell it, not the fact that they're telling a story or telling us news. It's the way they sell it.
Even the New York Post, like every time they put the villain up with a rhyming headline, and
they're the worst.
Yeah, they sensationalize it because they look at what's going on the blogs. You know, how many people would rather just go on some blog? It's like, we have his manifesto, and then newspapers aren't getting looked at.
Well, look, I mean, at the end of the day,
sensationalize it, or people aren't even looking.
Okay, well then
we become numb to it.
Yeah,
thank you, Tony.
I mean, I get it, but that's kind of it is just about making some more money, and that's fine. Like, but I wish they would just say that's what we. Again, they're hiding behind the guise of we care about getting the story out. When it's like, no. If we don't do this, the Post sells it, and we don't get it.
Yeah, and if you want journalistic integrity, you have to not put business ahead of journalism.
Well, at least not to that extent. Like,
right.
you can tell the guy's story. You got to tell a story, tell a story. But you could focus more on the victims.
Right. Let's go to Murray in Florida.
Murray.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Oh, Murray.
I think there's a situation here that starts way back. I've got a fifth grader and a ninth grader. Schools these days are just like baby prisons. They have no responsibility whatsoever or no accountability for any kind of punishment for the way kids are they can run wild all they want.
Is that because they're not like legally allowed to punish because it's too restrictive, or why is that?
Are they allowed to beat children still?
Okay, that's a lot.
They are not. But I can tell you right now that when I was in school, you were afraid to get in trouble at school because you would get it at school and then you would get it just as bad at home. My mother had a pistol that was in her nightstand, and we just knew not to fool with that. We just knew that the repercussions of the way that we were raised, that it was wrong. And I see kids now that are just, they fight with teachers. There's fights in my son's high school all the time. And it's like I said, it's like a mini yard when they go to lunch.
Yeah, there are a lot of times, I see like videos of fucking students hitting teachers now.
Mm-hmm.
Like they go viral, and I'm like, what? We have one today where this teacher's arguing with this girl, and the fucking girl punches
Well, the other thing.
What an old man I sound like.
Yeah, I know. The other thing is that it goes viral, right? Like, I'm sure that that's happened for years and years and years, but it would happen at one school over here in a corner and nobody would ever hear about it.
Now it's all over the place.
Now it's all over the place. And, I think there is something to that. You can talk about the press. You can talk about our political leadership. You talk about, like, getting right down to it and parents actually paying attention to who their kids are.
This is a fucking, I've never saw anything like this in my life when I was growing up. I would love to have.
Let's see.
For a woman, like a teacher arguing with a female student.
Oh, Jesus.
But here's the part. The teacher goes, I didn't get smart.
Exactly.
And the teacher, because the teacher's an old lady, but she goes, you get fucking smart with me. And the teacher goes, I didn't get smart, and follows her out. Maybe that's some like fucking mentally disabled fucking class where kids go do crazy shit.
But adults need to act like adults.
I
Adults
did
need
get
to act.
smart with you.
Yeah, act like an authority figure.
I think the punch in the face is a little jarring.
I guess so, but maintain yourself, you know? And yeah, act like an authority figure. Know what your power is, and act like an authority figure. There is something to that, too. I mean, parents need to be adults and parent kids. You see, I do see that a lot more now, I feel like, where you look around, and there's way more parents that are friends, or you know, 16-year-olds are getting treated like adults because, you know, I mean, he really knows his stuff, and we can just have a conversation. Like,
I don't want to be friends with my parents when I was 16.
right.
We had different agendas.
Right.
You know, they wanted a son who was doing well in school, and I wanted to come.
I mean, look, I think your parents also needed to pay a little bit more attention to you. I don't think
Probably.
this is a new problem, but luckily you turned out okay.
This fight with this teenager and this music teacher was fucking... It's my favorite video of the year, where this kid is being such a prick. And the teacher got arrested, of course.
We should have.
He had to. He fucking belts this kid in the fucking face. He can't take it anymore. He just can't take this shitty student anymore.
That's a different thing altogether.
This kid is
There's
just
a
being
video of
so
a
obnoxious.
Teacher punching a kid. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it's great.
ridiculous.
I just want to see the punch. Just show me the punch. What leads up to it?
Well, there's multiple punches that are...
No, I mean the first one. The teacher just can't take this kid anymore. And the teacher is just tolerating this kid. He's trying to walk away.
Kid's not a big kid either.
No, he's kind of a scrawny kid.
He's using the N-word.
Oh boy, is he.
Took his glasses off.
Oh, he's just... Yeah, he did.
You just know you're throwing your life away at this point.
You can't take this kid anymore. I don't know how old the kid is. I'm assuming it's like, you know...
15 probably.
14.
14.
Oh, I didn't know he's that young. All right.
Teacher 64.
Yeah, 14, you can't do that.
You can't do that for any kid.
It's still 17, 18.
No, you can't assault a kid if you're a teacher. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. I didn't realize the kid was only 14.
Okay, good point. What difference does it make?
No. The point I make is he didn't knock him out with the punch. I didn't realize the kid was only 14. The teacher hits him, and the kid just backs up.
I mean, the teacher's not the toughest guy in the world.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
A GoFundMe was set up for him.
For the teacher?
Teacher?
Nah.
Why?
No, I'm telling you it was.
Oh. No, I believe you. What I'm saying is I wouldn't donate to that for a guy who punched the fucking...
$161,000
For hitting the kid?
so far. Yeah.
Why?
Has been raised because people are you know, making this a kids should respect teachers thing.
Nah, you can't.
You gotta get respect from the kids then.
I enjoyed it because the kid was shitty, but you can't just punch a fucking student. As much as you want to, you gotta walk out. You can walk out, or whatever you have to do, you can leave the classroom. If you can't, as a 64-year-old man, punch someone you just can't do it. You're gonna go to jail.
If you're a teacher, it's your job to get respect from the kids without punching them in the face. I don't that's
stand and deliver.
That's the bare minimum. Gain respect from at least the majority of the kids without punching them in the face.
Yeah, you're right. When he took his glasses off, you knew he was about ready. He just couldn't take it anymore.
He threw his life away.
Except
I guess he's getting 161 grand.
Well, it's for bail and lawyers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
He was
Assault
arrested.
charges.
Yeah.
That is assault, brother.
It's assault. Yeah, he's in trouble.
Joe in the Bestchester. What's up, Joe?
What's up, guys? How are you? Love
Hey,
the
Joe.
show.
Thank you.
Hey, I wanted to say, these kids, their parents have failed them. Right? That's the bottom line. They're not raised with any sense of personal accountability because the parents don't have any accountability.
That's true.
And we live now in a culture where no one accepts responsibility for anything. No one's ever wrong. And when kids are raised in that environment, they think that, you know, they're always right. And that's not always the case. And there's a big disconnect. So when they get to school, they're saying, you know, my parents don't treat me like this. Why the hell is a teacher going to treat me like this? And they're acting out.
I think that happens a lot.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if there's one answer to it. It's just,
There's not, but that's something.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I know when I was going to school, I really didn't care much about what teachers said, but I was so afraid that they would call home. Because the last thing I wanted to do was deal with my mom and dad. That's where it was scary.
I would always go, hey, teach. I called them teach.
You did?
Yeah. Hey, daddy-o.
You said so bad. Like Michael Jackson bad, but bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that you never heard. Once in a while, you'd hear if somebody snapped at a teacher, or he was even shitty to a teacher, it would be everyone would be talking about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I never saw a punch thrown, but if anybody was kind of cunty to a teacher, like, you heard so-and-so said?
Totally. It still is like that. I mean, if you're at school and somebody's cunty to a teacher, it's still going to be the talk of the school. It's not like this is going on at every school. There's just fist fights going on in every class.
The whole thing's crazy. Like Sodom and Gomorrah, teaching their fucking students. Everybody's sucking and fucking and throwing punches and karate kicks.
It's like Jim Acosta at a press conference, just throw karate chops everywhere.
So fucking happy.
We'll deep dive into that.
I enjoyed that a lot.
Mike in Florida.
Good evening.
Hello, Mike.
Just wanted to say, Jimmy, I've matured with you for the last 14 years on the radio. I'm right around your age. And I was just listening to how happy you were shooting people in the face with that Red Dead, which also made me think this is the first time in my life I've ever thought, what if video games have something to do with it?
You know,
isn't Red Dead one of the biggest hobbies right now?
You know, the thing is this, though. My mental illness comes out in other ways. I don't want to go out and hurt people. It was just fun to do, more for the graphics of it and the idea of shooting them. I know what you're saying, but there was no desire to hurt real people. It was fun to do. It was fun to run through a screen being obnoxious and shooting people. The fun part was doing things that were wrecking Travis's game flow. But the idea of going out and really shooting people holds nothing for me. I never even thought about it.
And we're not seeing a wave of people punching horses in the neck.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to shoot the horse's balls.
You're also a little more mentally stable, though, Jim. I mean, if you're a kid and you're lost in life and maybe you're on antidepressants and they've turned on you and you're an outcast and you go on the internet and you're reading all these things that are feeding whatever you believe, you know, games could have a small cause in it. I don't think it's the end-all, be-all.
The problem is the thing that you started with.
What's that?
You're already dealing with a fucking crazy person.
No, I know, but what that's doing is fueling the crazy.
But we can't make games we got to make sure the crazy people are okay.
Of course not. And you can't not give antidepressants to people because it turns them into serial killers.
Exactly.
But it could be part of the cause.
Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff, sure.
But that's, I mean, to me, I think that's a big part of the cause. I think that's why a lot of this focus should be on figuring out how to properly medicate people, because you're right, antidepressants turn on people all the time. And it's not even like, oh, I'm going to change my dosage, they're being irresponsible. All of a sudden, a doctor's dosage, your brain chemistry shifts, and this thing that was helping you is now making you even more crazy than ever before. It happens all the time.
We're a nation of selfish cunts. I'm part of that. And a lot of that goes into what it is. We're selfish cunts.
A big part of that.
But yeah, we care about our own agenda, what we want, what's good for us. We don't really care about taking care of other people. I don't mean in a socialist way, but I mean, come on. Everybody wants to blame everybody. It's boring. Like, the whole thing is boring to me. Like, it's the teachers, it's the parents, it's the students, it's everything. There's not one thing.
No. But if it were me, I would say if we could have, for the next couple years at least, maybe the next 6 years, the president is going to be batshit insane. It is what it is. Have fun with it. Ride the ride. But while we're doing all that, how come I can't have fun?
Yeah.
How come I can't get accepted? Because you're a fucking lunatic and nobody wants to deal with you.
Exactly. The same reason that you go out and shoot people. People sense that you're a dick.
Yeah, same reason why you think a fucking trench coat is menacing in 2018, you dork. You know? Jay in Toronto.
Hey, Sam. Hey, Jim. How you doing, guys?
Hello, Jay.
I'm a behavioral